Dude. Dumbass!
All week long.
We'll jump to Tuco live in his bed here in just a minute.
Oh, Tuco's here, huh? Oh, there he is. I see him off cam. Good to see Tuco.
Welcome to We Got a Case. Got this one pulled up, talking to some people in jail. And you're right, she is a feisty.
Oh, look at her open her mouth, waterfall it. Didn't even put the lips on her own bottle.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah. This is some Zoom court action. Very weird court from here to the other coast. Is that a woman in the courtroom or is a man, baby?
That is a man, baby. All man with even a very small goatee.
Okay, very good. Christy, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Dallas Alice still awake. That's good.
That's good. Still alive. Is that a very, very short man or a very tall door? I'm not sure. It's such an odd shaped room that they're in too. This will be good, but Mikey just found something we got to jump to. We got to just jump into it. And,
it's so different. We've got to look at it while it's
yeah.
still here. Good to see everybody.
Let's do it.
People by their mouth. Look, I buy local de Brownsville. There goes a crazy man from Brownsville, and that is very hurtful to me, sir. This is not what I present. This is not what I have to
Mental
present
health,
to others. On the contrary, I try to be as much for others, so I can, even if I'm permitted in their environment, just with a simple smile, can alleviate any type of symptoms at that.
He's in a mental
better their well-being.
health place. Live from his bed.
Medication since you've been there?
I have, sir, but because I am a hypersensitive man, because I am a hypersensitive man, I like to be very thorough upon reflection what is suggested to me, because again, I am very hypersensitive. So I've taken medications suggested from psychiatrist Dr. Martinez from Texas Tropical Behavioral Health. I've been in at least 4 different prescriptions.
He doesn't seem wacko.
I told him, look, I appreciate the suggestion, and I'm a willing for man. If you believe this is truthfully going to be,
well, it's a little Dutch boy, but
then I'm completely for it. But I must inform you that because I am a hypersensitive man,
demons made him hypersensitive.
Let's say that the pill, as an example, I've been prescribed a 20 milligram pill. So I would tell them, well, I might have to take a third because I'm very considerate, or I'm very, very thoughtful for my state of being after full ingestion of the pill. So of the medication, forgive me. So I've had instances where I start getting hyperventilation. I start getting hyperventilated because of the pill. I start getting vertigo. I start getting tingly and numbness in my extremities. And when this happens, I know that I'm already starting to get high blood pressure. And if I continue, or if my dose increases, or if the medication haven't been fully digested through my system, if I don't attend to it appropriately,
this guy's part doctor.
Perhaps even worse, who knows? You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, thank you, Ricardo, for your testimony. Judge, you pass the witness.
Please forgive me for interrupting, Judge, but I am also very thoughtful because I know that my meeting, or forgiving, this hearing is supposed to be at 11 o'clock, and we didn't start until past 11:30, perhaps 11:40. I am very thoughtful that maybe I must have been confused with Ricardo Martinez, or it might perhaps maybe even worse, this hearing might have started without me, considering the fact that my last day in 2021, between mid-January to late February, I chose not to because of my spiritual religious beliefs. And again, for that, I want to apologize to all because I know it is disrespectful. Knowing that everyone
Sorry, Miss
works
Cliff.
hard, wakes up early, is under through a lot of pressure to be able to attend a meeting. For me to be like, hey, you know what, I'm not going to go. And for that, like again, I do want to apologize. I mean no threat to anyone. I'm just really trying to be not only for myself but for my garden, for my mother and father, because I am home. They thanks to them they allow me to stay at their house, at their home, and
Word salad.
I want to be. I just want to be a parent myself. I want to be a mother. I want to be a father. But as I told my
Wants
my,
to be
my
a
mother
mother?
and father, and as I
He wants to be
shared
a mother
just
and a
topical,
father.
even here in Rio Grande State Center, what kind of father or what kind of mother, what kind of example would I be if knowing I can assist someone and I would just let them be? That to me would be mania. That to me would be
This
psychosis.
is mom.
That to me would be schizoaffective disorder. That to me would be psychotic. So not only am I
Let me tell you, Mr. Rodriguez, when we do it, our docket did begin at 11 o'clock, but we had several cases today. And so we go in a certain order. So it was not that you were late. It was not that we started without you. We did not begin until you came onto the screen.
Brownsville,
Okay.
everybody.
Please forgive me. I mean I meant no to be rude, much less disrespectful. I was just thoughtful because I understand how important it is. If I may just have a moment, because I've been
Thankfully, he's not
really
wanting to
reflecting
waste
upon
any
that
time.
moment. If I may just please have, if I may beg of all of you to please refer to this.
Don't mess with me. I'm one crazy moofoo.
I understand that it is very important to attend hearings. If I may, Judge, how better to assess me or a situation of mine to further have a righteous hearing with a righteous plan of treatment than by attending the hearing. Again, with this, I truthfully apologize to all for not attending that hearing. But if I'm not sure if it's permitted or
Nancy?
if I may ask for permission, but if we can perhaps prolong this hearing because
Nancy?
I've well prepared myself
Nancy?
for this situation. I've been
Nan-
restless
Dallas.
last night to try
Dallas
to
House, yeah.
literally address every single unrighteous statement that I have. And if I may, Judge,
Sure.
I would really appreciate the. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else to do. The best I can inform is I'm not a harm to myself, much less to others. I'm just trying to be, Miss, and the best I can show for that is my education, my family, my friends,
That's what I
the
said.
opportunity my guardians and
words.
my mother and father have given me. Excuse me. The opportunity my mother and father have given me to go to a college or a university, and they're themselves there can. I'm pretty sure,
Hey, Hugh.
if I may, and please forgive me how I dare to share this, but I'm sure they can testify of the type of individual if I was a harm at any time, because I've been placed in many situations where perhaps if others can probably be aggressive for that situation, but thankfully, to my spiritual beliefs, to my spiritual religious beliefs in which I'm just practicing my right.
Do you think he did something? Or are we doing like a
I've never
commitment
acted like
type
this,
thing?
even when I
It
know
seems
I've been
like
committed against.
Well, Mr.
It's just so
Rodriguez,
hard when you get the
answered
mental health thing because you
your
know
question
damn well that they're
adequately.
heavily
I need to
medicated right
take
now. You know what I mean?
opportunity
Like
to
where
ask
they
you
should
some
be.
questions. So Ms. Lada is going to ask you some questions at this time.
Understood. Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Mr. Rodriguez, how are you?
I could be much better, Miss.
I just want to thank you for sharing with us today and taking the time to be so thorough and complete.
Real quick, something happening over at Licking, and it's
he's about to make his big appearance. Now, live from the bench, ladies and gentlemen, Judge Stansbury. Whoa,
Yeah.
Judge.
fireworks like at the Great White concert, you know, in the back.
He's waiting to go live.
Is that what it is? You think?
It's
All
so
right.
weird.
I just wanted to address something in the report that says, talks about you say that you're a religious person and that you have a right to practice your religion.
Yes, Miss.
Could you, I guess, give me a little clarification on what that means to you?
I've been more than willing to state this or address this, Miss.
That'd be so
I would
hard
also like
to deal with because,
if I may,
again, you're
perhaps
dealing with
address my
somebody
next
that
question
is probably
to,
on the
number
prescribed
5, which
meds that
is
they're supposed to be
states about
taking.
inpatient therapeutic million.
Yeah, but
I mean,
with
because
this guy, he seemed. Didn't he say he didn't take meds they gave him because he's hypersensitive though?
yeah, he said they had to take less and less. So I'm guessing maybe he's explaining why he was kind of off the charts crazy. Stansbury's there in the dark.
Who dis? Why? Why is he in the dark?
Hang on, we got to see what's going on.
What is that form for?
So the B&B 2255 is an administrative form that's produced by the B&B for
Someone just turned the lights off.
arrest for OVI. Basically outlines.
Let's turn off the lights and talk.
Whether or not they give a chemical test or if they refuse to give a chemical test.
Okay. Now, with regard to reading that form, where were you physically when you read the form to the defendant?
So I had the back door of my cruiser open right where he was sitting, and then same thing I always do. I seat a copy of the form on their lap so they can follow along if they choose to. If they don't, that's fine, but I have to at least give them the opportunity to do so. I explain where I'm going to start and where I'm going to finish. It sometimes changes depending on circumstances within the incident. So I'll explain that to them. I'll read the portion to them. I'll ask them to hold any questions until the end after I'm done.
Hey, hi, Virginia.
Once done reading the form, you explain basically the consequences of if they submit to a chemical test and they test over the legal limit. In this instance, I requested a breath test, so I explained the consequences.
DUI?
And test over the legal limit.
Sounds about right.
The consequences if you were to refuse a breath test.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may. You have continuing permission to do so.
Trooper Miller, I'm handing you what's been marked State's Exhibit Number 2. Do you recognize that document?
I did.
What is that?
This is a copy of the B&B 2255 form from the night in question.
From the night in question, so that's for the defendant?
Yes, that's
Did
correct.
you fill that out?
I did.
And when you're talking about reading that information to the defendant, where or what do you specifically read? Like what portion? You don't have to read it.
Sure. It's on the back side, so this is just a photocopy. This page right here with all the blanks is the front page. On the back side is the portions in which you have to read. Like I said, there are several different portions, and you have to read different sections based on the circumstances within the particular incident that you're handling. In this particular incident, I just had to read the top portion right here. So from right here at the beginning of this first paragraph to right above this dark black line. That's the only portion of the paper that was applicable in this instance. And then after I'm done reading whatever portion I need to, basically jump down here to where it says length of suspension. And you basically, based on whether they refuse or if they submit to a test, and then based on prior convictions, you explain what the consequences would be either way.
Okay. Now, looking at that form, does it appear to be a true and accurate copy of the form you actually filled out?
It is.
Okay. Now, you said that you asked him for a breath test.
That's correct.
Why did you ask him for a breath test? Because can't you choose like a blood, a urine, another test?
I can. I have the option of taking a urine test or a breath test, or if I feel necessary, getting a warrant for a blood sample. I typically tend to prefer getting breath tests simply because people are usually more willing to do that. In terms of a lot of people just aren't comfortable simply giving a urine sample in front of somebody. Additionally, it gives an immediate result, so I am able to use that result that is given immediately. I don't have to do follow up on it. They don't have to wait for their result. The result is known immediately, as opposed to having to do follow up for weeks at a time, waiting to see when the results come back, if they come back, if they're over, if they're not, having to notify them of their result, things of that nature. It's much more simplified to just get a breath test.
Now, with regard to the breath test, what does it detect?
Alcohol in the breath.
And so it doesn't detect anything else?
No.
Okay. And presumably you asked to take the breath test because that's what you were looking to determine?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you were reading that form, did the defendant have any questions for you?
I don't recall. I don't believe so. I don't recall.
With regard to the consequences that you informed him, that evening, did you tell him how long his license suspension would be if he tested and it was over the legal limit?
I did.
How long was the suspension if he tests and it's over the legal limit?
If he were to test and be over the legal limit, his license would be suspended for 3 years.
Okay.
When did Stansberry start wearing glasses?
Does not test how long his license would be suspended.
And way down on
How
his
long was that?
If he were to
On his
refuse
nose.
the breath test, his license would be suspended for 5 years.
5
Real-
years.
Whoa.
And did you then
Hey,
ask
Vinny. Hey, Cole.
to submit to a breath test?
Hey.
And what did he say?
I don't recall if it was on the scene or at the jail because my intention was to collect a breath sample if he wished to give one at the jail. But he stated he didn't want to give a breath test.
Okay. So at that point, do you do anything with the license? I mean, do you like suspend it or take it or fill out paperwork? What do you do?
So you have to document on the front portion. So just under this top part with the grid on the left here, section B, basically have to document whether they refused or submitted. And then you have to document if they were placed under administrative license suspension. So in this instance, he was because he refused to give the test. If their license was seized and if they were provided a copy. His license was not seized because he didn't have one. So I didn't check.
Oh, no.
I checked if he refused to submit to a test. Was placed under an administrative.
Wait, didn't have one or didn't have one on him?
And then
He didn't have one.
So I was-
Okay.
I'm getting so good at this.
It's amazing artwork.
Ooh, my lunch has been delivered.
Now,
Nancy.
Trooper Miller, at that point that you're reading the BMV 2255, do you know whether or not the defendant has a prior conviction at that point that you're reading that for?
At that point, I did.
Okay. And where do you locate that information that now that you're actually
Leads on our computer. Lead stands for Law Enforcement Automated Data System.
Dallas Alice. Oh my God, what is that? It's
License plate, and driver's license number.
It's magic food, Creed.
The BMV image of that person.
Chipotle.
Driver's license. And they will
Oh,
give them their full driver's
shit. Mikey's last
So I was
day.
able to tell based on the driving record that he had
okay.
He's either gonna die or shit himself.
Maybe both.
You may.
No, he was Asian. The last
Document, it's labeled as
trooper with that
number
smug ass look
Oh,
on
yeah,
his
he was.
face. Remember
He
him?
was. Yes, he was Oriental.
What is it?
So it's a
CB.
certified copy of his BMV record or his driving record.
Okay. And
It's
you
dusty.
said you mean the
Hard to
defendant?
eat.
Okay. And on the front of that, is there official seal for the state of Ohio on the first page?
There is.
Okay. And does it indicate the name of the person that record is for on the front page?
It does.
And who's it for?
Mr. Brandon Cabinet.
If you could please go to page number 6. That includes counting the first
Includes the
page.
front.
Mhm. I hope my math isn't.
Pretty sure that's a guy, Dave.
Sorry.
That's a lovely lad.
Does, looking at his
think.
BMV, is there any prior convictions of OVI for the defendant?
Yes.
I wonder why I don't have a license.
In what year?
Well, maybe it is a lady.
Conviction date 2016.
I can't tell.
Okay. So
Lisa?
let's go back to what we're doing. So
Hi,
after
Lisa.
you read the BMV 22.
No, it could be I'm not sure.
What do you have to do?
It's a woman.
Actually leave the seat.
So I had to call a tow truck for the motorcycle. I had to do an administrative.
He's eating laxative at the moment, Dallas Ellis. Give us a sec. Oh, wait, I can add it. I can do that. I know how to do that.
Creed's got it.
I have to do a crash report. I have to take pictures of the bike after it's crashed. I have to finish the BMV 2255. I have to finish the citation. So there's quite a bit of paperwork to do, but I believe I finished it all before I went to the jail.
Lights out. Let's talk.
What was that? Good gracious. Dave Dallas Lazarus.
Look up in the corner, you guys. Cole, I'm sorry. All things went to shit as soon as Chipotle got here. I know. He'll check it in a second. He hasn't looked.
I'm sorry, my sugar was low. My diabetes.
I can't hear you with this extremely loud audio.
Now, Trooper Miller, we see another vehicle in the frame. Who is that?
I believe it's Trooper Moss.
Okay. And at this point, where's the defendant?
He's still in the backseat.
Okay. And I heard you explaining something to him. What are you explaining? I don't know if you heard it.
It's hard to make out.
Okay. I know it's.
I know he's saying, take me down there. I do remember that he was.
Take me down to the Paradise City.
Okay. And were you still in the midst of what you described you had to do?
I believe so.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Did Cole send money?
PP.
Oh, the old PP. I gotta look.
Nancy, my God.
They're trying to help me lose weight by sending money so I can eat.
They don't want you to finish that meal. They're trying to save your life.
Oh my God.
That should be good.
50 bones.
Hell yeah. Cole, thank you. My God.
Celebrating her birthday early for the upcoming birthday month and birthday video. Birthday video. Thank you. Wow. I'm getting you on.
Listen,
I was adding them over here.
Were you? Sorry.
Yeah. I was just making sure I got everybody.
You could go ahead and
don't worry about it.
All right. So I thought this was going to be kind of interesting. Do you guys want to stay with it, or should we jump around? I don't know if it's a little too drawn out. That's why when trial stuff comes around, it's like you don't know if it's going to be like is a really long ass thing or not.
Well, they're watching a lot of video we can't see, unfortunately.
Who's handsome? Where the hell is Fangirl? I haven't seen her in forever.
I think she's dead.
Yeah, heading right up towards where I'm at, Lisa. Thanks. Could be much nicer, better than this. Bounce. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I agree with you guys.
You work
I've
full
tried
time?
calling a couple
On
times.
that one.
and I
Let's see
couldn't
what's
get
happening
through.
over here.
Do you work full time?
Yes, sir.
Kind of like all of us, right, Chef?
So his application was approved subject to repayment, is that correct?
Excuse me?
It looks like the
Excuse
court
me?
appointed their office to represent you, but you have to pay it back. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I ain't paying shit back.
And you've not met with them?
I talked to him when I was on court last time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, we got like a day of licking today happening. They got a busy day over in courts. Here we go, Judge George.
Okay, what's your mailing address?
195 South Fifth Street.
Vertical?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I got everybody.
Okay, I'll get those reset. Thank you.
Judge George doesn't look like he's in a good mood today.
No, he looks pissy.
Probably because he got all the Stansbury's people today. So he's got a trial. So he's got to take care of everybody.
So it's a day off.
Mr. Roberts, you failed to appear for.
I put him in all caps there. You guys said it looked mentally unstable.
It did. It looked like
probation. Did you receive a copy of that?
it was like spaced out or something.
Okay. You have a couple options today. If you want to admit to those violations, we'll proceed with sentencing or set a
Checking.
sentencing hearing. If you want to deny those allegations, you're entitled to an attorney. You can apply for an attorney, and we'll set a second stage hearing to determine
Did he
whether
creed
it's
frame?
violated in terms of your probation.
No.
Any
No.
questions about that today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you read that motion?
Case said no Manning
Do you need
today.
me to read any of that to you?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't understand the 60-day part. But after I seen you,
The 60-day part?
yeah,
What do you mean?
it said some 60 days remaining or something like that.
He's about to make people look
On
stupid.
your sentence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, let me see what I have here. I sentenced you to how much?
Haven't seen any, Vivian. I wouldn't be surprised if
19.
It might be
took a
closed
day.
for next day or so.
I gave him a few days, I think, at the time too, didn't I? That would have been 70 days.
Virginia, if you're talking about the monetary monorail down there, those are wonderful
Supporters, cash money supporters.
people. Look at that beautiful green.
The sweet, sweet Skrilla.
You know, the stuff that keeps our families afloat.
Keeps Mikey in delicious Chipotle.
Keeps me eating lots of macaroni and cheese, boxed and ramen noodles. You know,
By the way, this was free.
when I'm lucky.
He didn't get
I
credit.
like it when my daughter comes over. She always orders food and asks me if I want some. Free.
That's nice of you.
On this? Okay. 20 days. Okay. So you have about 49 days left, I think, of your sentence if you were to be revoked.
Okay.
That's a big star on his neck.
Okay.
Oh, some is definitely on. I
those today.
watching a lot of the cams yesterday. There was
Yeah, I was-
lots of areas in Florida that I should say
So I'm
lots,
glad
but
you
You want to admit to them? Okay.
business as
Yes, sir.
usual out on the beach swimming.
You have 49 days left. Is that what you have? Okay.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Oh, we got some people in the courtroom. Nice.
Yeah, we do. Big New York Yankees fan, apparently.
You have another charge pending,
Yes, sir.
theft charge.
Didn't you see his face just go like this a few
Is
seconds
that what
ago?
it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know he was passing a little.
About to go here in a second.
Well, he should have been a
Okay,
real
Mr.
man and got it
Commissioner,
where
I'll
the
find
star
out
is,
in
like on
terms
this
of
one.
your probation.
Is that our usual bailiff? Don't we usually have like an older dude, like a lot older looking guy?
Yeah.
I'll have to look and see.
After you placed me on probation, I went down and yeah, they gave me a day. They gave me a day for that. Well, I had 10 days to do with Stansbury, and when I did 10 days with Stansbury, I was under the impression that if I did this 10 days, I was off probation. I was wrong. I got a paper late. I got a letter in the mail, and then I called my PO and I left him a message. Then I got picked up on this charge.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay. I have the jail index is 9.8, but I have 9.28. Maybe. Okay. Oh, that could have been. Did you go to the hospital from the jail?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense now. So, let's see. 69. Yeah, credit for 20.
Maybe this guy with the big star on his neck is Jewish. Called off ill, of course. That
Okay,
old
I'll
chestnut.
impose your remaining 69 days. I'll give you credit for 20 days, and I'll terminate your probation. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
So 49 more days for you, big boy.
Next matter is.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
I don't know who that lady was.
Yeah,
Wasn't
we're gonna
Sue?
go- Today's hearing is being recorded. Anything you say can be used against you in the future. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you can make an application today for a court-appointed attorney. When I call your name, have a seat at the table there. We'll go over your charge and your plea. And then you need to go to the clerk's office. Do not leave today without going to the clerk's office. Next matter is 21 CRB 1497, State of Ohio versus Nicholas Flea. Is it Flea? Flegg, Mr. Flegg. Okay, Mr. Flegg, I have tickets from October of last year charging you with failure to license a dog and failure to confine a dog. Looks like
You damn right, Cole.
I've never appeared on these.
I appreciate the PP. The PP is more monies for us.
Over the phone.
Ooh.
And they, every time I call, they would say that they don't have anything on it.
Okay.
So after calling 3 or 4 times, I kind of just assumed that it never got filed
Okay.
and didn't hear anything about it until yesterday.
Yes.
When the dog warden showed up.
Strictly.
Okay. All right. The so you did receive a copy of those tickets at some point?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Maximum penalty for those offenses is a $100 fine. There's a mandatory minimum penalty of a $25 fine. You have any question about those charges today?
No,
Big money fines.
How would you like to plead?
No contest.
You understand I'd find you guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You understand you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. You still have Chessie?
I do.
Okay. Is Chessie registered now?
Yes.
Okay.
About time that dog is registered. I like they refer to the dog by the dog's actual name. Like, you still got Jesse? Jesse doing good? Jesse obeying all the street laws now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
What happened
cheers.
when the dog was out?
I had to run over to my brother and sister-in-law's, and I happened to leave the garage door open. Well, the door going into the house wasn't completely latched. I came home and she got out, and then I drove around for hours looking for her, couldn't find her, and then next thing I know, the day after, my sister-in-law contacted me, telling me that she was in the dog warden's, possession.
The dog warden got him.
So
he was doing a hard time, baby. Real hard time.
Okay, on to the minimum $25 fine and court costs on each charge. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cole, enjoy that nap.
Yeah, you can
You'll be ready at 4:05.
Make sure you guys put your pencils back in there. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Trying to steal pencils.
Come with me.
Next matter is 22 TRD 6996, State of Ohio versus Joshua Hoskinson. Mr. Hoskinson, I have a ticket from August 22nd charging you driving under suspension. Did you receive a copy of that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get the dog a court-appointed lawyer.
Okay, for some reason it's marked as an M4, but I'm not.
That was mine.
I don't think it is.
That's what I was confused about
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, let me look you up real quick because you're.
I've never received a driving under suspension.
You never had one?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's an M4. I think it's a.
I am guilty of driving under
What's that?
suspension.
You have unclassified. Okay. The officer wrote M4 on there. Is that
And
what
I'm trying to tell him that.
is that what you told him?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why he did that, other than he didn't
The
understand.
tie shirt combo really does not work for this guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
So the
I'm not
maximum penalty is $500.
God dang it. I'm not a fashionista, but I don't think it works.
No, you're right. But just be clear, so it is a unclassified.
It is unclassified. Yep. And if you can, are you valid now or?
That tie shirt combo that guy has on.
Okay.
An accident first.
I'm back if you got to run to the bathroom.
Excuse me.
You have a judgment?
No,
against
I'm good.
you, or-
I eat Chipotle all the time.
All
Plus,
right.
this is a new place that just opened right by my house.
Are you able to get valid sometime
Spanking
soon?
new.
Yeah, no, I'm already working on it.
They brought up all the
Thank you.
unused stuff from Florida.
That's it. Straight from the
if
freezer.
You haven't had one before, especially if you can get valid. we'll set a trial date, you come back and you're valid, the prosecutor might dismiss that charge. You just
Okay.
have to pay court costs.
Alright, that'd be good.
Where's the ticket from here? The county?
Mikey. Got a little breaking news. Might be a little bit worse than I thought. Look at this just in. For the county that I live in, we're under a tropical storm warning this far inland, which is pretty crazy. Rain totals of 4 to 6 inches. It's, but the sustained winds Friday is now predicted at 25 mile an hour. That is wind that just keeps going. It doesn't stop with gusts up at 58. Thankfully, we had some. We've had a lot of storms, big storms here and there. You need those hurricanes to clear out the limbs and the stuff, so it'll probably be all right. But man, a gust of 58, that's.
I think that's about what they said for us.
I would expect that, you being coastal. I mean, we're 3.5 hours inland. So, but if that track stays straight up to Charlotte, it's kind of crazy. I was kind of shocked to see that, to be honest with you. And 4 to 6 inches of rain is quite a bit, but yeah.
I know school gets out early tomorrow.
Just make sure you're here for that date, okay? And if you need more time, you can file a motion continuance.
My thoughts exactly said.
Okay.
It's not good.
All right.
I agree.
And you on probation with Sam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have to sort out some B&B stuff, they can help you downstairs too.
Okay, yeah, I'm going actually.
Just remember, if you're in Orlando going to the pool, make sure to get your umbrellas out, Benita.
Next matter is 22 TRD 5792, State of Ohio versus David Beck.
All right, Jim, come on down.
Dallas, I take him to court for that shit.
How you doing? Is that how you pronounce that? Java. Okay. July.
It's raining men.
You missed your
Hallelujah.
trial on what happened there.
From my work, my boss was so strict, and he usually he's so strict that he tells people, "Oh, if you don't come, you don't get a job."
Okay.
Does he got an accent?
I had to
Little bit.
call the court and put it on the
I thought so.
and I have a bench for and then he let me go.
Okay. Okay. You want that reset for trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Handling all those hard.
Okay. You gotta make sure you're there for that trial. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Next.
Go ahead, put your pencil back and come with me.
Next matter is 21 TRC 780 State of Ohio versus Aaron Shin.
Don't be stealing a pencil. Going to take you right back in. Do you hear that? Just put the pencil back.
That's the second person he said that to. People trying to steal everything today.
I promised Dallas Ellis some caps and shit.
Mr. Shin,
Wow.
traffic ticket from last August of 21 here that you failed to appear for trial on. What happened there?
Miscommunication with my counsel.
Okay.
Yep.
Dawson.
Yeah, we had a continuance
Okay.
because he ended up catching COVID. And
Mm-hmm.
from there on, I never had any contact with
Okay.
him. And then
I thought he was dead, Your Honor.
trying to relocate me to McKinney, Texas right now.
Okay.
And the issue with me getting a rental car came up, and then that's when I realized I had to take care of this. So I called down. I even gave the address down to McKinney, but my boss
Diabetes.
It would be best for me to just come back home and take care of those matters.
Diabetes.
So I just flew in Friday
Diabetes.
to come and take care of this.
Okay.
I got protective orders up
You
in
don't
Dallas.
What do you do?
Whenever you're ready.
There was a way to take care of this, but it looks like for offense, I would probably. need
Looks like we only got one more, and then we'll.
Did you?
My job, I think my job was actually willing to lend me theirs, so I don't know if I need
This
it.
lady's fixing her boobs.
And no, that's the old. I think that's the old man bailiff when he was standing.
We can
No,
reset
maybe
for
not.
trial. I mean, if you have
He
an
looks
attorney-
like the guy that came in to help the other old guy.
I think you're right.
That he withdrew from my case.
Yeah, because you didn't show up. That's what they usually do
I understand.
when you miss your trial. So I'll reset for trial. If you want me to do that, you can hire an attorney, or if you can't afford one, you can apply for one today.
And how long?
Reject.
Actually, how long would you set it out?
Well, it would be set out pretty far if your attorney had a jury demand or wanted to file a motion to suppress, which he did last time. I don't know what happened with that, but we might have had a hearing on that. I don't know. Let's see if there's an entry.
Kind of a laid back day and well, licking today. Isn't it?
Nothing hard hitting yet.
Yeah.
Said I didn't need to show.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I don't think we
and
had
then
that.
kind of like I said, we kind of fell out. My number hasn't changed.
Okay.
My address did change because I was living with my mom at the time. And then after the accident, me and my mom kind of fell out because my girlfriend was taking care of me. So
Okay.
she ended up living with her mom.
Okay. Are you living in Texas now?
Well, that's why everything's on hold
Okay.
because, you know, they didn't want this tethering me back to
All
Ohio.
right. Where are you getting your mail now?
1700 Galt Street.
Of the aftermath day.
Gault,
Where is that?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. What's the zip?
43205.
Smells good. It's delicious.
Okay. Yeah. So that's. I mean, I'll put it on a trial schedule if you want to reset for trial. The other option is you would plead guilty today or no contest, but I don't. Doesn't sound like you want to do that, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
If the next dude's just a dog guy, I'm out of here.
Yeah, these are terrible today.
Okay. Well, so do you think you have an attorney you're going to hire, or?
I'm not sure. I have to actually talk to my boss because I mean, when he flew down to Texas to talk to me about the situation, he was saying he was having his lawyer look into it. I don't know if that was to look into it on my behalf or was it for liability for the company.
Okay.
You know,
Be able to,
I mean,
Those are all things you might want to ask.
Might want to.
whatever.
All right.
So I just want to kind of
Okay.
12
see where he
hours
was with
later.
that.
Did I appoint you an attorney? The first
got a
time, or
small
did you hire
backup.
Mr. Bells?
I do believe
No,
that.
we're trying to save water and save the environment.
Like I said, he ended up catching COVID, so I got continued.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Supersized bowl.
Get out. Thank you.
Take care of this on my own.
Okay.
Supersized bowl.
Must bond today.
No, I have $21 in my account.
All right.
Oh, the braggart.
How are you going to get back
You
to
need a
Texas?
court-appointed attorney fill that application out today.
I
Okay.
did.
Before you did. Okay. All right. We'll get that back scheduled for trial. Thank you. Next matter is 22 CRB 1462, State of Ohio versus Moyad Cater.
What'd you do, Yankees fan?
Yes. Yes.
Is it Cater? Cater. Okay. Mr.
Kegger.
Cater, I have a complaint here charging you with sale of beer to an underage person. Did you receive a copy of that
It's a
complaint?
new one.
Yeah, I received it.
I like it.
Do you have any trouble understanding English language?
No.
Okay.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you need me to read that to you today?
Do you have an accent?
Okay. It states that the Ohio Department of Public, just says public, but it's
Go
public
get 'em.
safety, being duly sworn according to law, deposed and says on about the 7th day of April 2022 in the city of Newark, Lincoln County, Ohio, one Moyad Cater did sell beer or intoxicating liquor to an underage person, contrary to section 4301.69 of the Rise Code, a misdemeanor of the first degree. This crime is commonly known as sale of beer to an underage. Maximum penalty for that is 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. You have any questions about that charge?
That's
Okay.
steep.
How would you like to plead today?
That's like murder.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
There.
Because they came, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because they came back and my boss lawyer, he said the case has been dismissed.
Boss
and,
lawyer.
And the guys who took like all the papers and all the TPR, they came back, the officers, they came back and they bring back the TPR and they say we there was like a big mistake.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Okay. Yeah, it got filed on September
Okay.
15th, so they must have changed their mind or something. I don't know. But
Been
if you
like
need
a
an
year.
attorney, if you can't
It
afford
happened back in April and they're just filing it in September?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Time to get that thrown out, bud.
Yeah, that's kind of great. Dave, thank you for another $2 making us holla. Appreciate you.
Dave
Objection.
was on it.
Objection.
What's your objection, ma'am?
He's misleading him.
That's not a legal objection. Overruled. Go ahead.
Okay.
We jumped into something good, I think.
Mr.
Oh yeah, I knew it was.
Hermosa, I'm going to show you some exhibits that I've and ask you to identify them. Judge, do I have permission to share my screen?
You do?
While she's figuring that out, just want to show you Judge Boyd's. I think the flowers closest to her head are starting to die, though, aren't they? Or is that just?
Oh yeah, those are dead.
I like
They'll start falling apart.
Panda handbag is. Yeah.
It's a good color. Oh, what we got here?
This is a screenshot of a Facebook. Or something.
Is that? Oh,
Cannot hear you, Miss Archie.
Oh, you cannot. You can't hear me, Judge?
Now I can. Now I can.
Just a moment, Judge.
technologically savvy.
So, Mr. Hermosa, I'm showing you what I've marked as A-1. Do you recognize A-1?
It's a foot.
Yes, ma'am. That's my foot. The night she ran me over.
Okay, and on the side of that, is that like grass stain on the side of your shoe?
No, green tires.
Yeah, I couldn't see what it was, but that's just what I was afraid it won't be blood. I thought that bone actually broke through.
Your Honor, I drink a lot of
And
grape Kool-Aid. And
has this
I shit on my
picture
shoe.
been altered in any way?
No, ma'am.
Has it been changed? Okay. Your Honor, we will offer.
That's the same as altered.
Your Honor, we will offer A-1.
Any objection
like-
to that coming into evidence, ma'am?
Yeah, it's a clean shoe,
Any
except for where
objection
they
to admitting
rubbed a
that
bunch of
into
green.
evidence?
Can we take
Yes,
a
I
picture
don't
from the
remember
other
hitting
side?
him at all with my car. And
Okay.
it's,
Oh,
it's not
over-
black.
oh, and what?
And it's green, not black. If I ran him over, it would have been black, not green.
Yes.
Overruled, admitted.
Really?
Chad?
How are we gonna allow that? He ran me over. I thought you said something about the bone sticking out. Where was that at?
It's been marked as A-.
Ran over his neck too.
Do you recognize A-2?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that a photo of?
A scratch on my neck that they in question whenever she started hitting me.
Okay. And, was that the day she stabbed you in the back, or was that a different day?
What?
Come on, man.
That's actually the day of the day she hit me with the car.
The day she hit you with the car?
Yeah.
Okay. And
can we show
does
all those
this
other
photo
injuries?
accurately depict what that injury to your neck looked like on the date that the photo was taken?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it hadn't been altered anyway, correct?
No, ma'am.
Has it been
Okay, you're
changed
gonna
in
offer
any way?
A-2?
Any objection to that coming into evidence? ma'am?
Yes, I don't remember making that mark at all on him.
Okay, but that's not a legal objection. You can testify to that later. Admitted.
Let's see these stabs.
Correct. Yes.
But you think it's what? I didn't hear you.
No, that's correct. I was looking at the wrong one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Hit us with the big ones.
And scratched on his neck, allegedly.
Ruined a pair of shoes. If we're gonna say all these other things,
Okay, Mr.
we thought he
Hermosa,
had
I'm
broke
showing you
leg.
what's been marked A-3. Do you recognize A-3?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me see.
Is that the car that
And
hit you?
what is shown on A-3?
That's Miss Jessica's car. The car she used to run me over with, to run over my leg.
Okay.
Ran over
And
your leg or your foot?
Is the damage right in the area that I'm kind of circling? Is that the damage from where she ran, or is it somewhere else?
No, that's from somewhere else. She just ran over with the tire.
Oh, the
Yeah,
tire,
on the
okay.
whole side. Yeah.
Green tire.
Okay, so
That
but
was
that's,
on the side.
okay, so but this is the vehicle that she drove on the incident where you said she ran over you, correct?
Yes, Vinny.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, we'll offer A-3.
Any objection, ma'am?
Ejection, nothing happened with my car.
Overrule. Overrule, that's not a legal objection, ma'am.
She's a terrible
Go ahead,
lawyer.
admitted.
Yeah, so far.
Batting zero.
Mm, 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 mm.
Is she
Mr.
the judge?
Hermosa,
Mm,
I'm
mm, mm,
showing you are you seeing a text message, Mr. Hermosa?
No, my name's Martinez, not Hermosa.
Oh,
I said Mr.
Oh,
Mr. Hermosa.
Have
Are you
mercy.
seeing- Do you see the text message on my screen?
I can't really see.
Let me see. Let me try to do it.
Why does Rick sound like he's calling from a house phone?
There, we can see it now.
Okay. And
You see,
Mr. Hermosa,
Please read
is this
it.
a text message that you received from Ms. Martinez?
Read it into evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Read it.
And do you have Ms. Martinez
She a hoe.
logged in your phone as Jess?
Yes, ma'am.
There's her
And
number.
The
Right
phone
under it.
number that's on this text message, do you recognize that as being her phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
In this text message, does she say, I'm gonna kill you, bitch?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and some other things along with this.
Read
correct?
them. Come on, you got to read the whole thing.
ma'am.
Oh,
Come on.
Did you alter this text message in any way?
No, ma'am.
And does this screenshot of this text message, does that accurately, is that text message the same text message that you received from her?
Yes, ma'am.
We will offer A-4.
Any objection, ma'am?
yes, I reject it. I think that's been alterated. Like he deleted what he was sending me. And what happened is I have
No, you can't, you have to just make an objection.
Oh,
So
okay.
what's your objection?
it's been altered.
it's altered.
It's altered, Miss Archie?
Okay, Mr. Hermosa, did you take anything out of this text message, or is this thread what she sent to you?
That thread is exactly how she texted me.
Look,
I took it
the
out
one
of my
where it
phone,
says
too.
Ann says
I can see it
9:38.
physically, I can see it on it.
Then the next one is like
And we'll
10:01
offer
down there.
A-4.
Okay, admitted.
True.
There's a huge gap between and the rest. The
Yeah.
rest of it. Unless she's a slow
Your Honor,
typer.
I will pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Martinez, this is your opportunity to ask questions of the witness. Do you have any questions for him?
That it's just some of the stuff that he's saying is nothing but lies. I mean,
That's
if I
not
wanted to, I could
questioning.
have called the cops when he was
Okay,
abusing.
ma'am, no, you can testify to that, but right now it's just, if you don't have any questions, then you'll pass the witness and then you can testify.
Okay, pass.
Okay. Ms. Archie, for the witnesses?
She's doing terrible.
Your Honor, I'll call myself for attorney fee testimony.
Okay, and then it'll be Ms. Martinez's turn. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, my name is Sharon Archie. I'm Assistant District Attorney. I'm a licensed attorney in the state of Texas. I'm familiar with fees
Yeah.
commonly charged for the filing and processing of protective orders. I'm asking the court, should it grant the protective order, to award reasonable attorney's fees in the amount of $400.
By the way, this isn't the
and an
first one we've
additional
had Archie on,
$150
right?
Oh yeah.
each hour of
Yeah.
this
She's
proceeding.
always asking for her
I will
money
pass
too.
myself regarding attorney
Uh-huh.
fee testimony.
Okay, and do you have any questions of Ms. Archie, Ms. Martinez?
I don't think I should be paying anything because it's just not my fault. I mean, he done stuff to me.
Great
too.
question.
Okay, again, that's not questions to Ms.
Shit.
Archie, but you can testify to that. Do you rest, Ms. Archie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Martinez, it's your opportunity to call. a
Martinez,
witness.
killing it.
Do you call yourself?
I'm calling myself.
Okay, you may proceed and just testify in what we call a narrative. Go ahead.
I just want to get this protective order off me because I don't think I deserve it because I'm not gonna harm him. I'm not gonna do nothing wrong. I mean, half of the stuff he told you is a lie. I mean, he's put his hands on me.
No, I haven't.
Okay, sir, you don't
Be
get to do that just like she doesn't get to. So be silent during the testimony. Go ahead, Ms. Martinez.
And Judge, may I say something?
I'm sorry, Ms. Archie.
And you're not just want to say, Ms. Martinez indicated earlier she had tried to contact her criminal attorney. She did indicate she wanted to proceed. So I'm thinking maybe since she has a pending case, maybe she need to be told the consequences of possibly her testifying.
Thank you, Ms. Archie. Ms. Martinez, what has been mentioned is that often when you have a
254th District
criminal
Court in
action
Dallas
against
County,
you,
Loud.
and you testify like in this civil court, they can come over and get the record and your words can be used against you. You have the absolute right not to testify.
She's got another
in
open
this
case.
hearing. It's called your Fifth Amendment right. Do you want to waive that right and go ahead and tell the court some things or?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It goes slow and speak
Yeah,
loud.
you've got somebody there with you. Who is there with you?
Nobody, I promise.
Mind your business.
Well, you're looking up to the right more than once.
Oh,
so.
Cause I don't know, I'm going crazy. I'm like frustrated because this is happening.
Okay, so you're telling us there's nobody in
Move
the
the
car
camera.
with you?
No, no,
Move it.
by myself.
Okay,
it move.
then go ahead if you want to testify.
I just want to see, where he put the protective order, that's my house, that's my property. I have nowhere to go. I'm sorry.
Oh,
can you hear
hell.
me? Somebody's calling. How do I gotta ignore the call? I'm sorry. Hello?
Yeah,
I had
okay, now, go
I
ahead.
had
She
a
should have been
property,
like,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a
The
homeless guy
protective
taking
order,
a
he's
dump.
not- That's
I'm watching
my
him.
apartment. I'm on the
Right.
lease. He's not on my lease. He wasn't living there when that day I don't know if he brought up that he came to visit the kids. The reason that he got to stay there at my apartment is because the cops took me to jail and nobody had to watch my kids. So that's why he's still on my property right now. And the apartment already gave him a letter saying he had to leave the property and he hasn't done it yet. He's never been on my lease.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think, I shouldn't be going through this at all because he's done stuff to me too. I called y'all. If you look, y'all can look up my record too. I called the cops quite a bit of times when he put his hands on me and stuff like that. Cause not too long ago, it was maybe 2 years ago, he got beat up. They jumped him at a bar because he put his hands on me. So the guys, they jumped him and he got beat up and he went to jail and not them because it was self-defense because they were protecting me. And the cops came out and took pictures and stuff. And he assaulted me.
Put your hand down, Rick.
And I didn't step at all. He told the cops that it was people at our apartments that day. They were having a party, and that he told everybody they stabbed him. I never touched him.
Okay, anything further?
She just
And the car
admitted
thing, I
that
never
she had
touched
hit
his
him.
vehicle. We were both drinking that night. We were having fun. And
Because she
then
said,
got
he's
mad
hit
for
me
no
too.
reason.
Gee, Archie,
Sir,
Rick!
if we were in court, you could whisper to your lawyer or talk to her. We will take a break after this testimony so that you guys can see if she wants to put you back on. But right now, let Ms. Martinez testify and your lawyer make objections. Okay, so on that night, both of y'all were drinking in the car? Is that what you said?
We were drinking in the car, and then we went to the bar. And he he started talking lit to me. Oh, you're nothing but I can't say the words. Can I say the words or no?
You can. Yeah.
You're nothing but a fucking hoe. I fucking hate you, bitch. Like disrespecting me, that hurts when a person calls you or you say you love me. Like all this, I feel like he never loved me.
We saw the
to put me through this and sit there and lie about half of the stuff that he says. And I wanted out, and that day, when was it, August, when we had that talk, whatever. I wanted out of the relationship because he's always saying I hate you. And then he was threatening me, talking about you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. I don't want to see you out there on the street. You're not gonna he don't want to see me happy. He wants me in jail.
Okay.
Okay, anything further?
That's it.
Okay, Miss Archie, cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Ms. Martinez, isn't it true that you did hit Mr. Hermosa with your vehicle?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, isn't it true you went over the curb and hit him?
No, ma'am.
Are you aware that there were witnesses at the scene?
Yes, but they don't know what happened because they showed up.
Were you aware that people spoke with the police about what had happened?
Yes, all they seen was my car parked there and they seen him laying on the ground screaming for help.
Objection, speculation as to what they saw.
Sustained.
Okay.
I know what I
Ms.
saw.
Martinez, you did get arrested and charged with the
Yeah,
incident.
for a crime I didn't do. For something I didn't do. I shouldn't be in jail.
Okay,
And
so
when my family's called, hello?
what is your pending charge, Ms. Martinez?
Assault with a deadly weapon. There's no proof.
So you have a felony charge currently pending in court, correct?
Yes, I do. I'm waiting for to go to court for that.
And
You mentioned it, so she can bring it up.
emergency protective order
Martinez brought
was
it up.
issued for the
Mhm.
protection of Mr. Hermosa for 61 days. Isn't that correct?
Yes, on my property. And I have not been to my property one bit.
Now, isn't it true that Mr. Hermosa ended up going to the hospital because he was stabbed in the back?
Yes, but that was not me. He sat there and told the cops he didn't know who did it.
Okay. But in fact, you did it. Isn't that correct?
No, I didn't do it.
Who did it?
I never touched him. He accused me of doing it because I walked outside, but I went back inside and he started screaming when that happened.
Miss, well,
And
when it happened, he.
Okay, don't talk over, Miss Archie,
Oh,
go
I'm
to your
sorry.
question.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
When it happened, he did accuse you of doing it initially, didn't he?
I was inside.
Okay. Let me ask you this. After you were released from jail, isn't it true that you sent Mr. Hermosa a text message, and part of that text message, you said, "I'ma kill you, bitch"?
You know why? Because ask him what he told me.
Yes or no? Yes or no, ma'am? Did you send that text message?
Yes, that one I did. But y'all want to know why I sent it? How would you feel as a mother saying you're never?
Objection, non-responsive.
sustained. You've already
Shut her
answered the
down.
question, ma'am.
They just see my car on top of him and
No.
him screaming.
Ma'am, you sent that text
You a goat?
message after you knew that you had an emergency protective order, correct?
No, I'm not really, because they told me that that they didn't tell me nothing like that, not to text him or anything like that until I got the papers a few days ago, not to
Ma'am.
contact.
Ma'am, isn't it true when you were in jail,
No.
you went before a magistrate and you were issued a 61-day emergency protective order?
No, they didn't see me. They told me to sign these papers. They never went over nothing with me.
Ma'am, isn't it true you received a copy of the emergency protective order?
Yes, but I didn't read over it.
A nice, delicious
further questions,
hermosa
Your Honor.
for
Anything
breakfast on
further, Ms.
Sunday.
Martinez?
Shadow?
Yes, I would just like to get that protective order off me to be back at my property. I mean, and I want to be with my kids. I haven't seen my kids over a month. He's keeping me from my kids.
Great movie. Great movie.
As a mother, you
Weird
be in
Al.
my shoes. That hurts, you know?
Okay. Anything further?
Where's the stab wound?
Yeah, why don't
Miss
we have
Archie.
photos of that?
No,
And he went
Your
to the
Honor.
hospital for it. So
So you rest? Well, you've already rested. Now, Miss Martinez, no further witnesses?
I have one, but they don't want to talk.
Okay, so Miss Archie, any rebuttal witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any rebuttal.
Okay,
done
let me
enough.
ask you, even though this isn't family court, let me ask Mr. Hermosa. Mr. Hermosa, you've got a 10, 7, 13, 10, 7, 6, and 3. Where are those children?
They're at school right now.
Okay, so they're living
They're
in,
20 years old.
they're living in.
3-year-olds at school.
Yes,
Jack,
ma'am.
But wait, guys, stop. Let me just ask the question. Are they living with you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you all have any kind of legal papers regarding custody?
Not at the moment. I'm still waiting on my lawyer for that.
Okay. Have you filed anything in family court?
It's in the process right now.
Okay. Anything since I've asked those questions, Ms. Archie?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. This is it, folks. Based on the testimony, Ms. Martinez, you have not done a good job of refuting anything that's been said by Mr. Hermosa. And I believe him. Part of it's also because you threatened to kill him, regardless of whatever reason. I asked the questions about the children because this court cannot make orders regarding the children, but when I grant this protective order as I am, the children are in his household, so you cannot go over to the household.
Does she throw the phone at the end?
You all need,
She'll start cussing.
you all need to pursue family court orders. But I can tell you, ma'am, I can tell you with your felony, charge against you and this protective order, you're not going to have unsupervised access with these children until you get some personal help. But so based on the testimony, I grant the protective order of him. You may not commit family violence against Mr. Hermoso.
Can I reject that? Can I reject that? That is my property.
Can I reject that?
I have proof that he's not
Okay.
Go ahead.
to live there.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to put you on mute if you don't let me. Who owns the property right now is not it's not of issue. It's the issue that you've committed
you
family
will
violence
not
and I have to put in place a
control
order
my
so that you won't
destiny.
harm him. That's the bottom line. So if you continue to violate any kind of order in this court or from your felony court, then you're gonna end up in jail. You cannot send him threatening messages. You shouldn't be sending him any messages. So if you don't have the finances, go to legal aid and figure out how to get to family court. But at this point, if you violate this protective order by sending him harassing, ugly, I'm going to kill you messages, you're going to end up being picked up for violation of this protective order.
And Your Honor, if I might ask if the court would consider granting a 5-year protective order in light of the accusations against Ms. Martinez being felony offenses.
Can I reject that real quick?
5 years?
No, it's not what she's requesting. And sir, how long is you've testified to this, but help me recall, how long has the violence against you been going on?
We've been together for 14 years, but it started getting violent about, I want to say about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Liar, bro.
When she first started putting her hands on me.
Now he's got a big.
Whenever I would confront her about
big what?
any issues with her, and I would say, you know what I'm saying, let's just break it off, she would start punching me, hitting me. That day in question where she's saying that I got beat up at a club was actually, she had her dude she was cheating on me with walking to the bar, and I walked out because I felt it was a setup. I went into the car, sat down, and she hit me in the face with the beer bottle. And I got out the car and I walked off. And I'm walking off, and she's following me. And the guy that she was cheating on me with actually pulled up next to me with 2 other guys in the truck. And he got in front of me, and that's when I actually got jumped.
You already won.
That
Yeah.
was the night before Thanksgiving, and I was the one who called the cops.
I mean, she did ask him a question, but he's very much.
I went to the corner store, I barricaded myself in the bathroom. By the time I came out, the cops were already out. She had already said her story to the cops, and I was the only one that was all beat up with marks on me, and I'm the one who got took to jail that day. But if we're able to bring up the call record or who called the cops that night, because it was the night before Thanksgiving, it'll come out from my phone.
Okay,
It was my phone number to call the cops.
Okay, what's your response to that, Ms. Martinez?
Oh, here we go.
If that was true, when you were asking what question, why didn't he bring that up? It's nothing but lies. And what I'm asking you to do is for me, that's my property. I pay rent. I've been paying rent.
You're going to keep
I
paying
have
rent.
nowhere to go. I'm just trying to get my property back. With the protected order on me, I agree with it, but not at my property when that's my place for me to be at. And then y'all taking my kids. Those are my kids. I never harm my kids. I never want to hurt my kids. They've been with me all their life, and he moved out of my apartment. How do I give him permission to go back to my property when he's not even supposed to be on my property? He's not on my lease. My apartment.
Okay, that's enough. I've told you, I have nothing to do with your lease. I can't have you around him, and he's living with the children, so y'all need to get to family court.
But he has not been with me. I've been living with my kids. I can't be with my kids. because I
Again,
was in
that's
jail.
family
I can't
court.
leave my kids with anybody else when I go to jail.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're
barking up the wrong
concluded.
tree
I've
here.
granted, I'm gonna grant a 3-year protective order, Miss Archie, not a 5-year.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You
And I mean,
all,
so what? I can't see my kids for 3 years now.
I am not saying ordering any orders regarding your children. As long as they're at that residence, however, you cannot go to that residence. So,
That's my
okay,
property. I
okay.
don't get, like, how can you give my
Okay,
property?
y'all are excused, and they will get you a
Judge
copy of
just-
the protective order, ma'am.
Mr.
dirt.
Hermosa, I'm gonna call you in a minute because I need to get some information from you. Judge, do you want me to send the order? Or you want to go over anything else with Ms. Martinez?
going out the
already
car,
done
Creed.
with her?
We're going with her. She gonna go shoot up.
She's
Oh,
walking
you
into
already-
his car and shoots him right through the window.
Just give me the order.
Done, right? I'm done here.
You are muted, okay, mute.
Can I go ahead and click? Am I done?
Do you have a way to get her the order, Miss Archie?
Oh wow,
Ah,
they cut it.
They did.
All this happened right around the same time she lost her teeth, Your Honor.
Well, that was a damn good one. Let's cut it there. Let's do that.
Going out on a high note.
Yeah. God, those are so good.
That's I mean, that's remarkable. The
I love-
things that go on like that.
I love the roller coaster though, right? Because if right off the bat we're not believing them, because I mean it was terrible. That was terrible. I mean the foot looked fine, a little bit of grass on the side of it, like he tripped and fell into like a, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, like clay at the fair. You know, that's what the shoe would look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got a little scratch, and no evidence whatsoever of stabbing though. But they did apparently did go in.
He went to a hospital. I'm guessing there's a hospital report and a police report.
With
Uh,
with all seriousness though, you know, you could read in the paper, see on the news, you know, something getting somebody, you know, the aftermath of that. You guys were, you know, joking about that, but seriously, I could see her coming after him now, especially if she's believing that she ain't gonna see her kids for 5 years.
Yeah, she could definitely be a problem. If she's paying rent for him to a place to stay,
oh yeah,
that's probably wrong. But again, that's not what that courtroom is for. That courtroom is for
No, yeah.
protective orders only. They're just hearing what's going on. So if that's where he's at, she can't be there. So
yeah,
catch 22, I think they call that, Creed. Also catching drunks today over on the amazing show that's known as We Gotta Chase, Creed, Thirsty Thursday. It's gonna be a good one. And if it's not, then oh well.
I just saw there was a gentleman sitting in the front row, and they brought him in a mask, and he threw it down on the ground. And they brought him in another one, and he just kind of looked up at the guy like the guy was gonna say, "I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't put this thing
this
down."
mask on. Put this mask on.
Kind of a fun moment. Anyways, yeah, hey guys, thank you for joining us. Like you said, we'll see you back here 4:05 East, 105 Pacific time for We Got to Chase. Good court today, good session. Get us away from all the, I don't know about you, but it's been nonstop hurricane central around here for me, anyways.
Yeah.
Watching
good break.
what's going on. And now going to be even more invested in watching since you know, kind of heading right up the coast. So nothing like Florida just dealt with by any means, but you know.
Well, good times ahead. Until next time, make sure you like this video. Do as much as you can to spread the word. Subscribe to the We Got a Case. That's CASE over on the YouTubes, just to help us out, because there might be some exclusive stuff starting to come there. We've got a few things in mind.
Might even be some extra lives that you might not know about if you're not subscribed over there. Just FYI, just, you know, throwing it out there. Give me a little,
Just,
yeah, it's a little piece.
Be ready. Until next time, Credence, we'll see what happens. Yeah, bye.
That dude better go hide. Seriously.
Oh, I'm
I'd be so scared if I was him.
Yeah, she was already on the move.
Oh, She was
And
ready
she-
to come and, you know.
And she was in the back seat of someone's car. She lied.
There's nobody there.
She